All right. All right, let's get it. Hey guys, all right, super excited for this one. What is in my camera bag for 2025? I have been waiting for a long time to create this video. I just haven't. I've been just too busy, and I finally sat down and said, you know what, I have to create it. I want to show you guys what I have in my bag and what I use in my everyday stuff to shoot my content, shoot my YouTube, shoot things for my job, and I'm just super excited. So let's just dive in and let's get started. So first thing we're gonna have is gonna be the Pentax IQZoom 115M. Man, that's a long name. So yeah, so this is gonna be this little baby Pentax. I say baby just because it's very small. It's 35mm film camera, and I love this. I love having a film camera on me all the time. I am getting a little bit more into it. I don't know too much about it, but I just love having something this small, this compact in my bag that I'm able to carry around. Like, for comparison, it's literally, you know, my iPhone 14 Pro Max is way bigger than this. So it's not crazy slim, but it's still really slim compared to a lot of other film cameras. I do have a Leica film camera as well. That one's a little bit more chunkier, but this little guy right here, I just love having it. That's something I could either have in my bag, put in my sling, and just take really awesome film shots. And it does have a crazy zoom, which looks kind of funny. Show you guys, it literally just keeps extending. That's kind of like the cheesy things when these little point and shoot cameras. But yeah, this is my first go-to every time I shoot film or just want to have something to travel with. So next we have Basis, if I'm not mistaken, Baseus. So this right here is a Basis plug right here, and I love this thing. So I just picked this up recently at Best Buy, and it is fantastic. So this is 67 watts GNA. It has two USB-Cs. So one of my favorite things about it is just having this retractable cable. Like, I have a tech bag that I have all my cables in it, and sometimes it's annoying that I have to go in there just to grab a cable, just to charge something real quick, if it's my AirPods, my computer, or anything. So just having this retractable cable built into it, it's, if I'm not mistaken, it should be 2 feet. So it's a pretty good range, nothing crazy, but 2 feet is enough for me. And just having the ability to use that cable, and also have two USB-Cs just in case if I have anything else out that I'm trying to charge, my iPad and my AirPods at the same time maybe. The size of this is so small, so compact. Again, comparing it to my iPhone 14 Pro Max, just because a lot of people have phones, so that's something you can really compare it to. Like, it is super travel friendly. Again, not the thinnest, but still very compact, very small, and I love this thing. Take it with me everywhere. Next is gonna be this ProMaster NPF 970 battery. I use this for my Atmos monitor, which I'll show you guys in a sec. I love this thing because of one thing and one thing only. It's that USB-C. So that USB-C right there, I love it because everything I use is USB-C. One cable, one and done, connects to everything. You can't beat it. So that's why I have this ProMaster. I was gonna get the small rig one. It's just at the camera store that I work at, they don't have it. They just had the ProMaster, so I picked this one up, and it's a pretty decent price too. So you really can't beat this. Next, I have this little small pouch that I carry with me all the time. And what I have in here is a lot of miscellaneous stuff that I don't want to keep in my tech pouch. I just want to keep this that I could just grab it. Typically the stuff I have in here, it's a lot of like little magic arms or rotation arms or things I can mount. I use this for my Atmos monitor, and I love it. Super small. I use that. And then I also have a phone mount here. Never know when I want to get a POV shot or maybe a second angle, and it has tripod mounts, and you can't beat it. Super small. And these are like kind of the three main things I keep on my bag in this little pouch, not in my tech pouch, just because it'll take up more space, because I do have a lot in there. And then in the front of this, I have a whole bunch of like little small screws, some Peak Design straps if I ever need to strap a camera or need it to strap anything really. I have it there, and then a whole bunch of different screws, different mounting screws, adapters and stuff like that. Not only for me, I also like to keep these little extra things in here just in case if I'm at a studio or at a shoot or somewhere where someone needs a screw, a mount, something to attach, you know, anything, a monitor, you name it. And I found out that it's always nice to be prepared for yourself, but also it's like really nice to be prepared for others and just have that ability to help others whenever I can. Next, I have this is by Inu. Again, hopefully I'm not butchering these names, but next up by Inu, I have this portable charger. Another comparison, I feel like I'm just gonna keep comparing this to my phone, and I know it's kind of funny, but the reason I do is because, again, you can see how small it is in comparison in size. A couple reasons why I love it. One, not only has two USB-Cs, it also has a USB-A, and the lanyard that you can hold it with, it's actually a built-in cable, a USB-C cable. So that's another thing that I don't have to go into my bag to grab. That's already on here. So if I need to, again, quickly charge my AirPods, a printer, anything really, I just plug it in and I start charging it. I did use this one time to charge my 14-inch MacBook Pro, and it gave me like 50% on one charge, which was pretty good. And I was editing on Premiere Pro at the time, so I was like using up a lot of power, and it held up pretty good. This has 10,000 milliamps for how small it is and how lightweight. I recommend this thing to anyone. Again, if you're traveling, if you want to throw something in your sling, have it in your everyday bag. As a creator, you just never know when you're gonna need something this small and this powerful, and you just really can't beat it. Next up, we have just a little blower. Nothing crazy, very simple. Blow your lenses, blow your camera. If dust, sand, anything gets in between something, a little crevice, you could just use it, clean things up. So it's gonna be a little blower. It's always nice to have in the kit, always nice to have in the bag. You never know you'll need it until you need it, and then you have it. All right, next is gonna be my DJI mic minis. I have one right now that I'm using to do this video, but I love these little mics. Not only that the sound quality sounds fantastic, as you guys are hearing, but the form factor and how small they are is fantastic. Super minimal, lightweight, small, travel friendly. The case is smaller than the DJI Mic 2s, which I do have a pair of DJI Mic 2s. And typically I use the DJI Mic 2s when I'm going to do something a little bit more professional, or I just want to have like a lavalier input, or just have that internal recording, which I don't use too much. And I found myself grabbing these more in my day-to-day use. Next, this is very interesting, not a typical thing that I've seen in a lot of creators' bags. Instax Mini Link 3 printer. I love this thing. I just love the image quality. I love how small the photos are, the prints. That's something you can just put in your wallet. I use these card sleeves, like these are trading card sleeves people use, and I just put the picture in there, protects it just in case if it gets damaged or anything like that. I just love having it to capture the moments when I'm out and about with friends, with family, out doing a shoot, something that I could kind of like maybe put the date in the bottom, put my name, put their name, and I could just remember who they are. They can remember me for, you know, who I am and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I remember I was with Eddie, we did a shoot. Yeah, I have a picture, that's really awesome. You know, so you really can't beat it. And just capturing those moments and just having something physical really changes the game, in my opinion, just because you're not only able to keep it for yourself and hang it, but you can also give it to others. Next, I have this Peter McKinnon / Nomadic memory card holder little bag, and I love this thing because the amount of cards you could hold. Not only that, it has like a little zipper in the back that you're able to store a whole bunch of different things too if you want to. Typically, I store my micro SD cards in here. And for the most part, I just use every other sleeve for just like CF Type A cards, regular SD cards. And I do have a CF Express Type B card in here, which I don't shoot anything with Type B. But again, I like to have it just in case I'm in a place where someone forgot their card, which has happened to me. Again, it's not for myself, it's for others. And I just like to think of that just because I've been in those predicaments where I forget an SD card, which is something super simple, or a battery or a filter or anything like that. And it's nice just to have something, a backup for someone. So that's what I keep in here. Next, I have this Fujifilm X100T. This is a point and shoot camera, and I love this thing. I've taken so many shots. Actually, there's a picture behind me over here of Yosemite. I don't think the camera's gonna show it. I have another picture in front of me. It's a bridge that I took on a plane coming home, and I've taken so many shots with this. It's just super small, super compact. I love how it's a fixed lens, so I don't have to focus on changing lenses, zooming in, zooming out. I get to just focus on the picture and creating and capturing the moment, and you just can't beat that. All right. Next, this one is really cool. This is a Falcam half cage. And what I like about this, not only how small and compact and lightweight it is compared to like a regular cage. If anyone shoots video, they know having a small rig cage or a Falcam cage, those are the only two brands that come to mind. But like having a full cage all around, it's nice, yes, because you have a lot more mounting points, you can do a lot more things. But what I don't like about it, it's just when you don't want it or don't need it or just don't want that weight, it's annoying. It's just, you can't compact it, it can't be small, it's going to take up a lot of space. So I have this little half cage which pretty much does the same thing, doesn't give me as much mounting points, but gives me enough for me, for my needs, that I'm able to just pop it out, untwist it, and yeah, just put it on my camera and just use that as a half cage. I did have a Condor Blue little cold shoe mount that I added on the side, which typically I put my audio or my mic there just so it's not on top because I have my monitor on top, and this just works perfect for me. All right, next, I already talked about it when I was talking about the battery, but this is my Atmos Ninja monitor. I just keep it in this Peak Design sleeve so it just doesn't get scratched up or anything, but super simple. Just, you know, connect it, have a bigger screen, so when I'm viewing, I'm making sure that I have everything in focus and everything looks good, my sensitivity is good, my lighting's good, and it's always nice just to have that monitor. And yeah, but that's why I carry around this Ninja Atmos V5. It does have an SSD, a SATA drive to the back of it. I don't have a actual Atmos SATA drive. I do have a regular one by Samsung if I'm not mistaken, but I really don't use that. I just use my Type A cards that I have in my camera, but that's another cool feature that you could do. Next, another simple one. This is just a Peak Design strap. I use it pretty much. I have Peak Design straps on all my cameras. I have it on my X100 Fujifilm, on my film camera. No, actually I don't have my film, but I gotta put one on my film. I have it on my Sony camera, and I just, whenever I'm traveling or just want to have something that's hanging, even though I do have a capture clip tool in my bag that I put it on, but for the most part, I just whip this guy out, strap it on, and that's pretty much it. Next, we have a two-piece. So the first thing we have is gonna be the small rig magic arm. And I've used it for a whole bunch of different things just to get a POV shot, but I paired this up with a small rig MagSafe adapter for my iPhone, and I've been using my iPhone a little bit more now just because it's in my pocket and it's something super simple that I'm able just to take out, attach this to the magic arm, attach my phone, attach this part to the camera, and you just get a really cool POV shot of your surroundings, and you just really can't beat it. All right, so next I have like 4 more things for you guys, but for 2 of these things I'm not gonna go too in depth for the most part, just because I have a lot of things in these items, and to do this will be a way longer video, and I was thinking about doing a video, you know, sometime in the near future about each individual one that I use and why I use it and why I have it in my kit. Peak Design ultralight packing cubes. This is the X small, and I love how small this is. And what I pretty much keep in here, it's, I want to say a toiletry bag, but it's not really a toiletry bag in the sense that I do have some things from a toiletry, but then I do have other things for my day-to-day basis that you never know what situation or what predicament you can find yourself in, but it's nice to have something that you could take care of. So for instance, I have a toothbrush in here. I actually keep a pill organizer in here. I have some cologne in here. I keep some wipes, just different things that if I get into a scenario. I even have a spoon and a fork, which is pretty dope. It's a spoon fork that kind of goes 2 in 1, and I keep this in here just because you never know when you're in a situation where, for example, you don't have a spoon or a fork and you have something like that, or you forget to take your medications, or you can even put Advil in there. I have some Advil, I have some stomach medication there just if my stomach feels bad, or just for anyone else. If someone has a headache around you, it's nice that, you know, you have something like that. Next, the same thing. This is by Peak Design. This is their small tech pouch. Again, I have a lot of things in here. Actually, I'm kind of surprised how much stuff I have packed into this guy. Literally all the time. It's super packed up, and I love it just because it doesn't take up too much space, and I have a lot of stuff in here. So yeah, so I'm not gonna get too much into it, but for the most part, I do have cables in here. I actually have a mouse for my MacBook. I have readers. I have plugs. I have this small rig by Film Riot, little tool, mini tool, I guess you could say, to use it for all my stuff, my tripods and capture clips or anything like that. I have some wireless mics, headphones, just different things that every filmmaker or videographer kind of uses, even photographer needs. I just can kind of keep it in here. So hopefully maybe in the future, again, I might also do an in-depth review of all the things I keep in here and why I keep it in there and what cables I use and how my cable management and how I kind of just have everything just in place for the things that are in my bag as well. So that's another thing. It's very personal to me because it's not what you have in your bag is what I have, so it's going to fit my needs, but at the same time you can maybe create something that's for you, for your needs in your camera bag for the things that you do. So stay tuned for this one as well. Hopefully I'll do a little mini video on this guy and why and what I have in it and my little Peak Design tech pouch. Next I have the tripod by Peak Design, super small. This is the aluminum, so it's not the carbon fiber, so it is still light. It's like 3 point something pounds versus the carbon fiber is like 2.7 if I'm not mistaken. It was a little bit more expensive, but I just love how compact it is and it just fits well in my nomadic book bag right on the side, and I just get to strap it up. I love how it has a multi-tool, has a phone adapter if you ever want to put your phone on the tripod. So, but yeah, this is the tripod I kind of carry every single day that helps me create all the videos and the content that you guys see. Next, I have my 14-inch MacBook Pro. I am super happy with this. The only problem is that this is an M2. So not the only problem. It's not that it's a problem. It was just I was kind of upset when I got this. It was my birthday back in May, back when this came out in 2022. I want to say 2 years now because the M4 is out. But this was $2,000 for the specs. So pretty much it was M2, 16 gigabytes of RAM with 512 SSD. Now you get an M4, even the M3 came out actually, so 6 months later in January if I'm not mistaken, the M3 came out, and it's like they dropped the price to $1599 and pretty much gave everyone the same specs as this guy, or even if you get the model up, which is like $1799, it's literally the same specs as this guy. So I was just kind of upset that I had to spend so much money and save up to get something that in the next year I could have gotten for literally almost $600 cheaper. So it was still great. It still has served me, so much. I've used this to edit a lot of content and just in my everyday. And the 14-inch, I got it just because it's super child friendly and I just love the size. I don't think I need a 16. I'm typically either editing on this, which is super quick, or if I'm actually editing something big, I'm at home with my 2 monitor setup, which are 27-inch, and yeah, both are 27-inch. So that kind of works out for me. So, but yeah, this MacBook M2 14 Pro, I love this thing. Even though it was kind of overpriced, still fantastic. But yeah. And the last thing, it's actually going to be the main guy itself, is going to be the camera bag. So this is the Peter McKinnon with Nomadic camera bag. This is the 25 liter. So I picked this bag up a couple years ago and I fell in love with it. Like there's so many things to this bag that I just love. Not only having that back access, I don't have side access. I don't really like that. The zippers on the side to pull on my cameras. Just never been that type of videographer / photographer. I like just having this back access where I know everything's kind of like on a table, on a display where I can just grab this if I need to change this or anything like that. I love how it has a top pocket, which I can put a jacket, or for this case, I typically keep my tech bags in there. I love the strap options that I'm able to just kind of put my tripod right here and just open this up, which is also another thing. I love how these are magnetic, so when I don't have my tripod, everything looks flush and seamless. But for the most part, I just love having, put my tripod, put straps. I have straps here. Sometimes I put a jacket or anything. Really, on this side, I just kind of have a light. So never know when you need a light, which is really nice. But yeah, I just love this bag so much. Another kind of cool thing I have right here, it's a little something I found. I put it through the strap. It's a little film holder, and I kind of keep just a roll of film there just in case I forget. If I didn't bring a roll, I always have like a little backup, which has happened to me that I get to a spot and I shot my last 10 shots that I had in the roll and I had no more shots, and I was kind of bummed out because it's not digital, or you could just kind of delete the ones you didn't like that you took before and just retake photos, or just pull out another SD card. You actually need film and you don't get too many exposures. So yeah, that's nice to have. And it also has the laptop sleeve in the back, which fits the 14-inch MacBook Pro in there really nice and snug and compact, which I also love. And yeah, I also keep this little Peak Design capture clip here. But yeah, for the most part, this bag is amazing. It's wonderful. The padding is great. Love the material. It's been through the ringer. Took it around the airport a whole bunch of times. For the amount of stuff I put in here and how packed up it gets, I am still surprised how a zipper hasn't broken, or it's just amazing. I can't talk about enough how amazing this bag is, and I recommend this bag to anyone. Honestly, this is one of my favorite bags. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, that wraps it up for what's in my camera bag for 2025. Hopefully you guys found something that you guys were really intrigued about, or just found something like, man, I wish I had that. That was really cool. Hopefully I could add that to my bag. And if you guys have any questions or saw anything, or I didn't explain something enough, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. I'm super happy to read them and just, you know, talk to you guys and let you know, like, hey, this, that, if you need it, I know where to get it, so on and so forth. Or if you guys have any questions about the actual gear and why I use it, just let me know in the comments below. But like always, follow, share, subscribe to the channel. Really helps out. I'm super excited I got to do this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And there we go. That's it. That is what's in my camera bag for 2025. Hopefully I'll see you guys next year.